My disciples of the diamond mittens, sometimes you have to see things to believe them. In the game of cryptocurrency, I have always wondered, in a world of electrons sending information through the internet, open source, copy pasting, how on earth do we differentiate anything? How do we separate everything? If everyone's here for number go up, what do? Stories. The answer is stories. Campaigns, narratives, stories, community, network effects. They all mean the same thing. Basically, you want people to come in for something that they feel compelled about besides the number go up. They're always going to come for number go up. But why is it, for example, that Bitcoiners still hold on to Bitcoin and its number ain't going up as so much? They've had so much time to figure it out. Why? It's because they still believe in the narrative of fix the money, fix the world. The narrative of, we're going to take on the government. We're going to flip the US dollar. The narrative of $10 million Bitcoin. They believe in it. Now, whether you believe that's likely or unlikely, it doesn't really matter. They believe in it. So you have to pay attention to that. That's why I'm telling you, to the Pulse Chain and Hex community, I don't care if you don't hold these bags. If you're from another coin or community, you're going to learn something today. Because most likely, the coins out there, you can't affect change in them. You can't affect change in Bitcoin, Ethereum. I'm not Vitalik. You can't affect change in Bitcoin like you ain't Coinbase or Michael Saylor. You can't do anything in them, all right? We can't do anything. So how about you go play in a sandbox that you can infiltrate? You can make a positive change. You ever thought about that? That's why you're here. To grow in the next bull market. Everybody in the Pulse Chain Hex community, and if you're listening out there, your own community, I know people from other communities love paying attention, watching me. Thank you very much, friends. You need to start considering public battles and drama. This is no secret. So if you're from the marketing world, if you've watched any single rapper or any music artist or anybody out there who's ever gotten popular, they know the game. People out there, they know the game. They've learned from others. They know the game. Just to tell you, public battles and drama are absolutely essential. People want to pick a side. It is super effective. And I mean like rocket effective. Just to tell you, in the rap world, for example, I just typed in top 10 biggest rap battles. You have Jay-Z versus Nas. You have even number 2, Tupac and Biggie. Like we're still talking about it today. Tupac versus Biggie. And I laughed to myself as I typed in most famous rivalries into Google. The biggest rivalry is actually England versus Scotland. You know why I'm laughing? There's so many references in Simpsons to this battle. I did not know that this was actually one of the most biggest rivalries. Oh my God, you guys have been fighting since 1314. 700 years. You see, it's still going. The flame is still kindled. And I think the best place to learn from is wrestling. You know why? Because wrestling is fake, but it's the most entertaining rivalry of all. You got The Rock, you got the Stone Cold Stunner. All of these people know what they're doing. This is what we want to see. Even though we know it's fake, we want to see what they do. What do they say? We like this. This is what humans gravitate to. So pay attention to this. You can actually impact change. Rivalries drum up huge publicity. They're public battles, all right? And it's very important, by the way, that they keep going. Very important. They always want to see who's win. What are they going to say next? People want to see the tension being up, all right? Now, a funny one that's literally just been developing is Mr. BRoots, okay, friend of the channel, and also TreVon. I think he's a friend of the channel, but he's not following. Maybe he's a friend of the channel. Oh, cool, he's a friend of the channel. So, Mr. BRoots has been absolutely railing on TreVon, like so hard. I mean, I don't even know where it started. It doesn't even matter at this point, but it just keep going. Like, is anybody seeing this dude right now? Women only, who knows who looks better? Like, it's crazy. OJ Simpson, Mr. Sideshow Bob. It's just funny. It's just funny, okay? So, this is really important, friends. This is really important, especially keep going. Wrestling, they got the formula down packed. You throw a jab, you make it short, and then you step back. And you wait for the person to reply. And if they don't reply, you give it some time, and then you step in again. You throw a jab, you're making support, and you know what happens? People in the other person's camp, they start to see the whirlwind, and they go, "Oh, this person called you out. You're gonna go say something." Now this happens to me literally every third day. I know what everyone's doing, friends. Everyone's trying to call me out, trying to do these. I understand what's going on. Look, I would love to just go fight with everybody. I just don't have enough time. I really want to make things bigger. I'm trying to do 50,000 things at once. So it's super important. I have to focus on the bigger dream. That's why I'm going to go through my battle that I have to choose. I want to unite everyone. David versus Goliath, crypto versus the corrupt SEC, those types of battles. But trust me, these are really fun. These are really fun. That's why you got to pay attention to these. Okay? So for example, again, here I am to mention as well. Who's the biggest final boss of crypto? It's Gary Gensler himself, all right? So, I mean, I even have here this picture, this video, okay? We discovered on this show live, it was literally live, that Gary Gensler wears brown crumpled shoes, tarnished, okay? Absolutely disgusting. How can he walk around in those? Only he knows. So we all know we're fighting the corrupt SEC. I even put a curse on him, okay? So if you're an influencer out there, and just to remind you, PulseTube, thepulsetube.com, there's 143 of these. Like, all it's going to take is Bitcoin and Ethereum to do some green monthly candles, and that's it. Like, you're finished. It's all finished. 143 voices who are coming back. 143. How many people are in vegan XRP, otherwise known as Stellar XLM, or Litecoin, or Ravencoin? They're finished. No chance. Finished. Look at all these people coming. We're Hex Ladies. We've got everything. We've got everything. It's too powerful, and we can actually impact change. That's the best part. So you always got to look for the battle. You got to make the battle. Okay? It's very important. I'm always battling with the guzzler. I'm not stopping until he's getting taken down. We put a curse on him, man. The curse is going to work. The curse is real. Okay? So if you're all the influencers out there, just share this video with them, please. Thank you very much, friends. Like, subscribe, bell button. I appreciate every single one of you. Shock the algorithm. Let everyone know. You got to do this. I know some people say they don't want to do this. Well, I'm telling you, I order you, you're going to do this, okay? You want your bag to pump? You want the adoption to come? You got to do this. This is exactly what happens. Have you ever noticed how Bitcoin always gets a big new boss from the start? You ever noticed that? Hey? Yeah. What's the big boss now? The big boss is, we got to get Gary Gensler to approve that ETF, right? The Rocket Negative ETF. Then after that, then there's going to be another big boss, right? The final ultimate big boss is to flip the US dollar. That's why Bitcoin's going to be around for like forever. Now, I don't know if it's going to go up forever the way it has in the past. I'm just telling you, they've embedded everybody the final goal. We're like, you're going to hold until we flip the US dollar. And it's also important, everybody in the community, don't be serious all the time. No one wants to see that dude who just can't shut up. They're like, oh man, just get over it. You know, you need some time. You need some time for it to sink, and then you got to come back and attack later on. You need these ongoing narratives. These build community. You know, they've done studies. The fastest way to form friendships is when you both have a common enemy. I'm not even joking. You ever notice where, like, if you're in like a school classroom and like maybe a teacher's like really angry or weird or mean and they'll leave the classroom? Yeah, they've done studies where people will like joke about their suffering together. I'm not joking. That's true. Okay, yes, it's actually true. When you joke about suffering together, you instantly relate to something. That's why when there's like a totalitarian figure at a company or a country or some sort of family, whatever it is, somebody who's just like is always lost the plot, okay? I'm definitely going to play that role, by the way, all the time. People around you, they form the closest friendships, okay? You can even watch TV shows like The Office, Michael Scott, like all these different characters. When somebody is so unique and like and strong in one character way, other people will notice and the bonds get tighter. This is it. Man, in crypto, the funny thing is all our prices are down. So we've forged all these. This becomes a fuel to go in the next bull market. Now, I found these very funny as well. Mr. BRoots, just to take it to the next level. You always got to take it just a bit to the next level. Okay, you don't have to take it too far, but you just got to think about, okay, take it to the next level. So Mr. BRoots got this FBI suit, the FBI uniform, and FBI stands for, he's the Fomo buying investigator. So it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny to make the bears come back and buy back in. I think it's actually a very, very good meme word to use on people who sold, say, Pulse X, and Hex as the as the bull market returns. Okay, so that's what I'm telling you. You can fight in a fun, lighthearted way. We can do that. That's actually that's the best of all, because not everyone wants to be serious. Like, you turn on the TV, you're like, oh my god, okay, more people dead. Like, show us some kiddies or something. Just, I want to feel happy for like 5 seconds, right? We need some comic relief. Remember, it's all a story, friends. Everything's just a story in a game, okay? So how we can all contribute, okay? If you see other people, so I'm going to read this together. If you see other people fighting, just join in. Just join in. Take a side. And make memes on Twitter. That's very important. Share memes on Twitter. That's super, super important, because you keep pushing out the narrative, the campaign, it sticks in people's heads. These stories run concurrently to each other. Do you remember Binance and SBF? Now, this was one, right? So it was literally CZ versus SBF. Do you remember that? Now, CZ down here, CZ, he didn't want to take it on. He's like, I'm just going to sit down. But it is what it is. That's just his nature and his character. He's not someone who comes and pumps it up. But he doesn't need to. I mean, the dude's got... Binance still has, after all this FUD, Binance still has $56.5 billion sitting on the exchange. So they don't need to do any of this. Right? But when I have our backs against the wall, we got to. Okay, so for example as well, what I'll sometimes do is, for me, just throw it in there. When I stream and I show Gary Gensler, I'll just draw a little poo-poo on his head, right? You always got to dunk on him. You got to throw jabs, friends. You have to. This is important. When I was younger, I'm like, everybody just hold hands and be peaceful. No, people don't want that. It's very unfortunate. People don't actually want that. Now, we say we want that. We say we want that in our tribe, but actually we don't. So there's a couple of different things. We don't want to fight with each other, but on the other hand, we want to win battles. So you got to think, which one is it? So that's why my strategy for all use, that's right, we have a common goal. Our common goal is to take on the corrupt SEC. Our common goal is to get those green candles back. That's why we all got to unite together. That's why I'm trying to bring everybody close as a voice of reason to do that. So while this is happening, see Mr. BRoots as the Fomo buying investigator. It's very funny. Very funny to see how far they can take it. It's really important. So it's also, remember, I've got to go through these points just to let you know. So don't be serious all the time. We learn from the wrestling shows. People like seeing drama. I know it's crazy. It's like, how does this relate to crypto? Trust me, it relates freaking everything to crypto. Everything's a freaking story. What did I tell you at the beginning of this video? I told you people need something to hold for when the prices aren't going up. Do you understand me? They need something to hold for. Okay, they need something to keep them entertained. You know, in crypto, man, I've done maths here for you. We go down for 3.5 years, and then we go up for 6 months. Okay, you got to do something in that 3.5 years to keep you in the game, to keep growing in the game, to provide fuel. Okay, so these fights also have to be ongoing. You don't have to go too hard, but they have to be ongoing, right? They have to keep going. And of course, never apologize. People who apologize, their character breaks, they're finished. They're finished. I don't have time to go through this for you, but go to every single most popular, famous, most respected man or influencer or leader or president. They ain't apologizing to anyone, okay? And if they do apologize, it's a fake one. Every single one. People want this strength. They want this strength. Always. This is what happens. We gravitate towards strength. So memes and jokes are the spirit of crypto. Influencers have the power to start and stop these battles. This is a message for everyone. Remember, as you got with friends, we always know this, right? As humans, we always need a bad guy. There always has to be a bad guy. That's why there will be a bad guy chosen. That's right. Okay, Gary Gensler, you're our bad guy. Corrupt SEC, you're our bad guy. Department of Injustice, you're a bad guy too. That's it. Bad guys always get defeated, by the way. Okay. Now, even though we want to sit down and hold hands, but people don't actually want that. They want something. Now, there's so many. For example, in the Pulse and Hex community, so many. See, by the way, Bitcoin maxis and Ethereum, they have their own battles as well. Bitcoin's a bit more spicy. Ethereum's guys are more like, let's write an article and hold hands. I mean, there's no entertainment, friends. You need to onboard. Remember, there's 600 million people coming into the next wave of crypto. You got to get them in. They're not going to come in and read articles, okay? Look how many battles there are. So we ran through this. We've seen the Guzzler, the corrupt SEC, bears versus bulls, okay? That's a very, very generic one. You could always do that. Bears versus bulls. Hex bears, hex bulls. Pulse bears, pulse bulls. Doesn't really matter. Okay, there's fake DeFi. Amazing one. Fake DeFi, real DeFi. You know, this is what I love is whenever I use the fake DeFi narrative and, keep everybody engaged, someone there's always, God bless this person's heart, there's always somebody who's trying to rationalize and explain everything, saying, how can you logically say one thing when there was some inconsistency here? No one cares. Nobody cares, friends. Nobody cares. You got to think big picture, okay? The words we say today will be forgotten tomorrow, okay? But we're snowballing our energy, and it's going to like become a super big comet that eventually smacks into the bears' faces in 2024, 2025. That's the big picture. You can't be looking at this little picture like, oh, you used the plus sign when you should have used the minus sign. That's why these people are always going to be forever stuck, friends. They're always going to be forever stuck in the curve. They're always just going to be mid-curvers. We're just little peanut brains out here. We don't really care. You just say things for the sake of saying them, and the super smart, the hooded people, the 400 IQ people, they understand the game too. Okay, you also have the PDI and EDI. Yes, PDI, forked stable coin. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. It's green. It's green. You know, EDI can't go above $1. When's the last time you had a 10% up move? You know, it doesn't even matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. You've also got Mr. Jenkins, part of the pulse chain community. One day he's spicy, the other day he's not. What's it gonna be? There's so many things. You also have Mr. Brandon B. Is he capitulating today? There's so many things that run these characters, these community things. This is actually what keeps people in here. I know no one really knows it. Like, hey, why are we even here? Well, I want the bags to pump up. Yeah, but why do you believe the bag will pump up? It's because you see something's here. What do you see is here? You see people. You see a cult. Or a guild, if you want to be like more diplomatic about it. You see a tribe. Don't forget, the best tribe in the world, the biggest tribe in the world, the biggest cult in the world, Bitcoin, laid all the groundwork for us. It just so happens that Bitcoin had a first mover advantage. So all the quote unquote mistakes made by the community, they were never truly fatal because you always had enough demand coming in because you didn't have to compete with everybody else. But now the game's changing. You know, if the game wasn't changing, we just all go buy Bitcoin that's gone to 5 million. But we know that's not going to happen. Another funny narrative I saw, you know, Hex Maxis versus everybody else right now. The Hex Maxis, and then this, I'm seeing it tagged in Telegram. They're great. Okay, so I know all these because I'm around everywhere. I got eyes and ears everywhere, and I got my little feathers everywhere. I just want you to know, if you see these, put them into a meme picture. You don't have to make it super funny. Just slap it on, man. Just make a text image. Just start copy pasting around. These things, how do you think we hear about stuff? That's how we hear about stuff. Okay, you got to transpose. You got to take them from Telegram and these words, just put them in a picture. A picture says 1,000 words, okay? And here I am just giving the best example. Pick a side even if you don't care who wins. Just pick a side. Pick a side. BitBoy and then the BitBoy Discovery Channel. Okay, we choose Ben Armstrong. I've chosen Ben's side, okay? Who are you going to choose? Do you really care? You don't really care. Just choose a side. Choose a side, friends. It builds the network effect. Okay, here I am giving an example. Would you rather watch, for example, Charlie Lee speak on Litecoin? Just a snooze fest? Or would you rather watch Mr. BRoots battle it out with TreVon? Like, I wonder what they're going to say next. Now, and I'm actually wondering in my head, is TreVon going to hit back with him? Or is he going to play the whole, nah, I'm cool, man, I don't care about that? Or is BRoots just going to keep laying into him from behind? This is so much more exciting. It gets people in. It's the new people coming in, man. It's people with $380 to their name. But you're not buying a $58,000 Bitcoin, bro. These people aren't coming in. It's all about Metcalfe's law. Now you understand. Network effects are the most powerful thing here. And don't forget, okay? More battles are going to come. Got to embrace them. I embrace them all. People trying to throw shade on me every day, trying to fight back. I wish I could just get the gloves and just fight everybody. I'd love to. Just not enough time. I just wanted you to know. I'm going to finish off with this. There's a reason why Richard Hart always liked to debate. Think about that. Also, think about how much I love you. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Shock that algorithm. Tell mum and dad we love and appreciate them. Don't fight with mum and dad, okay? You fight with the imaginary enemies out there. Catch you in the next one.